Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video request on how to get married in Brazil. I personally had quite a bit of trouble with the whole process because A, the bureaucracy here in Brazil is pretty terrible, and B, I didn't do nearly as much research as I should have done before coming here, and I kind of underestimated how much I would need to do. Obviously, I can only share my personal experiences with the whole process. Everybody's experience is going to be different depending on your nationality, your partner's nationality, whether you're entering into a same-sex marriage, and whether or not you have been married previously. My husband is a Brazilian citizen, so the process for him wasn't quite as complicated as it was for me. I will talk a little bit about what documentation he had to provide, but I'm mostly going to be addressing what it was that I had to do as a foreigner. Okay, the first thing you have to do, and this was the part that caused me more trouble than anything else. Before you even come to Brazil, you must get your birth certificate authenticated by the Brazilian consulate in the country you were born in. You may have to make an appointment to do this, I'm not entirely sure. I didn't do this part in person. I had to get a legal representative to do this for me in Spain. There is a charge for this. There is a charge for pretty much every single step of the process. Individually, the charges aren't massive, but together it does build up quite a bit, so make sure that you put a good amount of money aside for any hidden costs and things that you didn't expect to pay for. So this part of the process is basically just so that you can't lie about who you are. It has to be done at the Brazilian consulate, and it has to be done in the country you were born in. This is very, very important. Once you've done this, you can go to Brazil. You can get the rest of your documentation sorted out while you're there. Well, you're going to have about 30 days on your tourist visa to get everything done, but it is possible to extend your tourist visa for a further 30 days. Once you get to Brazil, you're going to want to go to your national consulate or embassy. You need to get them to issue you a declaration of civil status, which is also known as a certificate of non-impediment. This is to prove that you're not married and that you're free to do so. It's important that you get them to issue it in Portuguese, because otherwise you're going to have to pay to get it translated later on. So it's just easier to get them to do it in Portuguese for you. Also, I would take cash with you to pay for this, because there is a particular type of card that they don't accept. I can't exactly remember. I think it might be that they don't accept debit cards, but I would advise you take cash just to make the process as simple as possible. Obviously, you're going to need to take your ID and your birth certificate with you in order to get this done. Once your declaration of civil status has been issued, this document is only valid for 90 days. So it is important that you don't get it done too far in advance, because otherwise it could expire by the time you actually get married. Also, you're not entirely done with your birth certificate yet. Once it has been consularized, you're going to have to get it translated by an official government translator into Portuguese. The Portuguese term for this type of translator is tradutor juramentado. You probably could get this step done in your own country, but I would advise doing it in Brazil, because it's going to be easier to find somebody to translate it into Portuguese for you while you're here. Once you've finished these 3 processes, you're ready to go to your local registry office. In Brazil, the registry office is called the cartório. You're going to need to take with you your passport, which should have your tourist visa in it. You are also going to need to take photocopies of your passport. I don't think they're going to do it there for you, so you need to sort that out yourself and take them with you. You need to take your consularized birth certificate and the official translation of the birth certificate, and your declaration of civil status. My husband, being a Brazilian citizen, he needed to provide his identity card, which is his RG card. He also needed his CPF, his birth certificate, his proof of address, and also the proof of date and location of the birth of his parents, which could be either their marriage certificate or their birth certificates. At the cartorio, you're also going to need to have your signature verified and authenticated. Again, there is a charge for this, just like everything, but it's very quick and easy to do. And then it works the same as it does in England, that you need to declare your intent of marriage 30 days before your intended date for the wedding. Also, if you don't speak Portuguese, you're going to have to hire a translator to come to your wedding and translate all the vows for you. I was told that if the judge realised that I didn't speak Portuguese, there was a big chance that he would call the whole thing off. This is just for legal reasons, to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into and that you're not being taken advantage of, basically. I knew just enough Portuguese at the time to kind of wing it and pretend that I spoke enough to do it, so I didn't personally have a translator. Therefore, I'm not sure how you get one, but I'm sure if you ask the cartorio, they will be able to provide some information for you. Also, I got married at the registry office, not at a church. I remember that it cost 250 reais for us to get married there and to pay the judge, I guess. After you've finally gotten married, if you decide that you're going to stay in Brazil, and assuming that you've married someone who has Brazilian citizenship, this doesn't automatically give you citizenship right away. It just means that you are now able to start the process to apply for your permanent leave to remain, which is the type of visa that I have. In order to do this, you're going to need to apply for your RNE, you're going to need to have your fingerprints taken and put into a government database. All of this process is done at the Polícia Federal. I'm going to leave some links in the description down below for you guys to find out some more information about getting married here in Brazil that might be more relevant to you if your situation was different from mine. I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any more questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section down below. Please leave me a thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos about traveling to or living in Brazil. Ciao!